We have Chapter 3, A Struggle to Survive. If you remember the last chapter, the only way the Jamestown colony was really surviving was on supplies, things brought from England on a ship, food, and things that were brought in by the Native Americans. They weren't really surviving by themselves, so that's going to be the struggle to survive. Under Smith's strict leadership, the settlers of Jamestown worked hard and survived. So their hard work is what's starting to save them now. In August of 1609, more ships arrived. They brought women and children to the colony, as well as news from London. A new governor will arrive soon. Jamestown no longer needs a President Smith. Until he arrives, I'm still in charge here. Look at their faces. They are not happy to be taking orders from Captain Smith, or rather, President Smith. They don't like that he's president. And here you can see the ship in the background bringing some more supplies. And then something new, bringing women and children, the first time they are here. Smith remained president and continued to build friendships with American Indians. Then one day, he had a horrible accident. Ah! My gunpowder bag is on fire! Water! He survived the accident. In autumn, Smith made a difficult decision. I must return to London to care for my injury. So you can see here, he has his bag here. It gets caught on fire, and gunpowder, it's what they use to fire their muskets, is really, really dangerous. It can explode. And he had to jump off his boat to try and put out the fire and survive. And this not in this graphic novel, but it's kind of interesting that they don't really know exactly how the fire started. Some people thought that it might have been sabotage, someone else doing it. But he makes a decision to go back to England, back to London. Ooh, now Smith is gone, and we have the nobleman in charge. With Smith gone, Jamestown needed a leader. The settlers chose George Percy, an educated gentleman from a noble family. We have at most 3 months of food left, President Percy, and our fishing nets have rotted in the water. Ratcliffe, tell this Powhatan to give us more food. So he's going back from surviving by themselves to now asking the Native Americans for more food. But Percy's demands for food angered Powhatan. The chief sent men to attack the settlers. They forced the settlers to stay inside the fort. We're trapped. What will we eat? That winter became known as the starving time. Here you can see all the Native Americans attacking. Things are being burned, and the attack is so fierce that the settlers are now trapped inside. They can't go outside to farm. They can't go outside to hunt. And it's not called the starving time for nothing. So we'll see on the next page. Pretty grim, pretty dark. In May 1610, 2 ships arrived with the deputy governor, Sir Thomas Gates. Where is everyone? Ring the church bell. These men didn't just disappear. Yes, sir. The settlers hadn't disappeared, but only about 60 of the 500 settlers remained alive. My God, what happened here? We are starved, sir. Help us. And you just look at them and you can see they're not in a good place. They had to stay inside the whole time. They didn't have clean water. They didn't have food. It was the starving time. And only 60 of 500 survived. So here, this is Thomas Gates making a decision. We have no choice but to take these people home to England. Hooray! Oh, thank you. In June, the settlers loaded their supplies and left Jamestown. On their way down the James River, they met 2 ships. So here they are unloading all of their things onto the boat. They're just going to leave. They realize we can't survive here. But coming down the river, 2 ships. Stop, men. Let's see what news comes. The ships carried more settlers and food. Store the flour and the tobacco seed in the fort, men. They also carried a charter, or it's like instructions, from the London Company, which named Thomas West governor of Jamestown. West made everyone return to the settlement. So they had to turn back around. So Thomas West is now in charge. But Chief Powhatan wouldn't trade with West. So West attacked Powhatan's villages. During an attack in 1613, the English captured Pocahontas. Look, we've caught Powhatan's daughter. Take her back to Jamestown as our prisoner. You can see there she is. And this is the brutal attack from West. He's like, if they're not going to trade with us, we will attack them and take it. Even as fights continued with American Indians, the London Company wanted the colony to make money. Way back at the beginning of the book. Said, what did they dream of finding? Gold and a route to the Pacific Ocean. They wanted to make money just like the other two countries had. A colonist named John Rolfe soon had the answer. This tobacco from the West Indies grows well here. It's sweeter than what the English are used to smoking, but I bet they'd buy it. So he is coming up with a solution for how to make money. Tobacco. But we'll see what happens next time when we end up with the end of Jamestown, our final chapter. You can see tobacco is still continuing to grow, but they're continuing to have problems staying alive and surviving. We'll see how it all ends in chapter 4.